Everyone, it is just fantastic to see you. It's a fresh week. We got a couple of videos coming to you this week that are actually going to be fan driven. Now, fan would probably be a stretch. Viewer, casual viewer would probably be more accurate. But Paul Larkin, these are your questions answered, my friend. You might have already unsubscribed. If you are still subscribed, then I'm just going to answer your questions this week because I thought that they were relevant for other people. Your first question was this: what should a seller do to prep their home for sale? And I get asked this from time to time, of course, and it always depends on the person and what the circumstances and resources that are available are. So let's jump into it. The essentials are the following. You must clean the shit out of your house. There's actually two different levels to that. Let me be more specific. You must clean your house, and then you must clean the shit out of your house that you have collected that no one wants to look at. So it's a two-parter. Number one being, you got to get your house clean. Okay, it's stunning when I go into a house and I'm like, why is this house dirty? Like did anyone even bother to like clean it? Like basics? Like I mean, it's insane. So your house has to be clean, like as spotless as you can make it. Okay, hire professionals if you need to. Get your damn house clean. Number two, get the junk out of your house. Uncluttered would be a good way to look at this. Your goal listing your house, make it less personal, okay? The more personal your house is, you might go, well, everyone's gonna, come in, they're gonna know that this is a family's house because I got photos of my kids and their soccer jerseys all over the place. No one cares about that, okay? They don't care about you. They're trying to envision themselves living there. And the more that it resembles your house, the less it resembles their house. Okay, so you need to declutter it. Get rid of all the crap. If you just have random shit all over the place, get rid of that. I'm not saying you have to throw it away. It might be valuable things to you. They're not valuable to me, AKA the buyer that's coming through to look at potentially buying your house. So you've got to get a storage pod. You have to do anything, a storage unit, whatever. Like you got to send that crap somewhere else, okay? Those are the essentials. The ones that can be debated are things like carpet, paint, fixing things that might be broken. You might go like, this burner on the stove doesn't work, or I know this electrical outlet doesn't work, or whatever the case may be, right? So essentially, surface level things like carpet, paint, and then things that are actually problems. Within that might be things like my water heater's at the end of its life cycle, or my AC is 20 years old and it's only really supposed to go to like 15 years and it's 20 years old. Those are a case-by-case basis. That is largely where it depends. On the get it clean and get it decluttered, these are non-debatables. You must do that or I cannot help you. Help me help you. The other ones are debatable, and here's kind of what I mean, right? You've got a couple of different ways that you can look at this. One would be, is it worth your time and resources to fix up the joint, to get it painted, or maybe that new carpet, or to whatever, like this, that, get the dishwasher working again. Like, is it worth it for you to spend some time, energy, resources in the form of cash fixing it up? Okay, and what it's largely going to come down to is you have to look at it and go, okay, it's going to cost me whatever. Let's just say a month worth of time and 10 grand. 10 grand in dollars, obvious, but 10 grand to get it fixed up to a place where I think it's going to be really presentable and a really nice place for someone to come look at. Well, will investing that 10 grand get you more than 10 grand out of it? Okay, because the alternative would be, you say, I'm not going to fix any of this stuff up, okay? I'm not going to do any of this. I get it. The carpet's old. What if I pick the carpet, I put in a new carpet and it's a carpet that someone doesn't like, or they don't like the new paint color or whatever it is. So you go, look, I'm going to knowingly go into selling this house where I know it has some issues and I'm going to get less on the purchase price, but I'm not going to have to deal with any of the headache of fixing this stuff up. One, that's not a guarantee because there's nothing to prevent a buyer from going through an inspection and they're like, all right, man, like, I get it. They priced it well. We're still going to ask for an extra $5 grand for them to pay our closing costs to account for some of the shit that we got to go deal with. There's nothing to prevent that. Now, a good agent will message that clearly to just say like, hey, we're aware the house needs some TLC. We built that into the purchase price. Do not ask us for any repairs or, credits or whatever after you do your inspection or walkthroughs, whatever it is. So you can mitigate some of that. But the real question is going to come down to, is putting the energy into fixing it up going to yield you more than you put into it? Because if you said, okay, my house baseline will sell for 400 grand. I'm going to put 10 grand into it and sell it for 410. What was the point? Like, what was the point? Like, you spent $10,000 and you got an extra $10,000 out of the house, but that just paid the $10,000 that you spent. So what was the point? Unless it was super run down and the timeline of the urgency of selling it is what was important, right? You might go, well, it's kind of run down. I don't know, man. It might sit here for 60 days before it sells. We do not have the luxury of this thing sitting here for 60 days. So even if we only get our 10 grand back out of it, we know it's going to sell in a week, and that's very important to us based on our circumstances so that we do that. So it's really up to you. But that's the question that I would look at. I've had different sellers that have advised different things. Some people I've just said, hey, look, they might not have the cash to fix it up. I've had that scenario where someone's like, look, I don't have the cash to fix this up. I'm selling it because I need the money and like life circumstances happened and I need to get the money out of this. I don't have 5 grand to dump into the property. Okay, cool. Then your job is to get it clean and get it decluttered. And then we're going to see where the chips fall after that. Someone who's like, hey, look, yeah, I got a month I could spend and some cash that I could roll into this, and we put in 10 G's and we're probably going to get 20 back out of it. So at least I netted an extra 10. Cool, go for it. That's a great strategy. So up to you. Can't answer that, Paul. That is my 2 cents for you, my friend. For anyone else watching this, all 7 of you, if you need real estate help, let us know. Did bring down some cool bourbons today. I will, I had kind of a resurgence in my enjoyment of Pendleton not that long ago. I was in Montana, and it was about the only thing they had at the one bar in town that I was in. And I was like, damn, I forgot that Pendleton is really awesome. So it's in the recommend, for our Canadian friends. It's Canadian whiskey. So if you haven't had it, try it. Really strong maple flavor at the end of it, like really good. And I like sweet stuff, so it was a good fit for me. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Let us know if you need anything, real estate help, any of that good jazz. Always happy to help. Got a link down below. Beyond that, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.